Hello, I'm Carly McAvoy. I'm doing a test prep for the Fall 97 class for the test number 3, which has, I'll do it in two parts. The first part, I'm going to cover exponent properties and basic ideas about polynomials. And in the second part, we'll do a little bit more with multiplying polynomials, the solving proportions and some word problems that go with that, a little bit of unit conversion. So there's a little variety on this. For something like this, you're just multiplying. You want to multiply the coefficients, and then when you have the same base, you add the exponents. So that's negative 40 into the 24th power. Remember, you never leave a problem with the same base showing up in two places. So we need to combine those. 8 plus 6 is how I get 24. On this one, there is more than one way to do it, but what I would do is realize that every term has a power of either 1, or you can see what the power is. And so I'm going to multiply those powers times the power on the outside. So I have 10 to the negative third, b to the negative 12, 5 to the negative third, a to the 21st. And then there's more than one way to do it, but the way I'm going to do it next is to get rid of those negative exponents. So if it has a negative exponent, it's going to change place in the fraction. So if it's in the bottom, it's going to go up. If it's in the top, it's going to go down. Notice that a to the 21st isn't going anywhere because it had a positive exponent. It's the only one. 5 to the negative 3 goes up. 10 to the negative third goes down. When they go down, then their power changes. B to the negative 12 becomes positive 12. I'm not finished because 5 and 10 have some common factor stuff going on. I'm going to multiply that out. That's 125. And 10 to the third is 1,000. I'm going to rewrite this alphabetically, a to the 21st and b to the 12th. And then my final answer, I'm going to reduce 125 over 1,000, so I get 1/8, and then a to the 21st, b to the 12th. Final answer. All right, for number 3, I have both of my sets of parentheses are being raised to a power. So I'm going to go through and remember 3 is to the first power. I'm going to multiply the powers. 3 to the 1 times 4. R to the 0 is just the same as 1. So that's like, I'm not going to worry about it. It's gone. It's like multiplying everything times 1, which is the identity, so I don't have to worry about it. S to the 1 times 4. T to the 2 times 4. 5 to the 1 times 2. R to the 1 times 2. S to the 3 times 2. And T to the negative 5 times 2. Negative 10. Now I'm going to combine up all my bases that I can. I'm not going to multiply 3 to the 4th and 5 to the 2nd power out, but you could do that and figure out what 81 times 25 is and multiply it, but I'm not going to. So QR is alphabetically next, so I'm going to go R squared, S 4 plus 6, and T 8 plus negative 10 is negative 2. Now, of all of these things, the negative 2 power needs to move, right? So my final answer, I'm going to have 3 to the 4th, 5 to the 2nd, R to the 2nd, S to the 10th, the whole thing over T to the 2nd power. That's going to be my final answer. So I can't leave it with a negative exponent in it like that. All right, let's take a look at number 4. I'm going to start off to get rid of the exponent. To exponent I multiply. So I've got p to the negative 3 times negative 2, or p to the 6th power. 2 to the 3rd, I'm going to go ahead and write that as 8. And I've got p to the negative 5. Well, I can't leave p in two places, and also I can't leave a negative exponent in there. So I'm going to take this, and it's going to go up. It changes place in the fraction. So I have p to the 6th and p to the 5th on the top, all over 8. That's p to the 11th over 8. And that is my final answer. All right, for number 5, I asked 3 things. 1, to list the coefficients, 2, the degrees, and finally put that in descending order. The coefficients, I'm just looking at the number in front that's multiplying the variable, -4, -1/2, +4, -2, +1. I don't need to put the positive, but it's +1. And this one, even though you don't see a variable, has a coefficient of 5. The degrees, I have a degree of 5. That's the power of the variable. So it's not the power of the coefficient, but the actual variable. This is to the first power, 8th power, 6th power, 2nd power. This has no q's on it at all, so it's 0 power, 0 degree. And then the other question that I ask on the homework or on the practice test is, what's the degree of the polynomial overall? And it's always the highest degree that you see in there. So the degree of the polynomial is 8. And then I ask you to write that in descending order. I didn't leave myself a lot of space to do that, but I'll squeeze it in. Highest power is 8, so I have 4q to the 8th power. The next highest power is 6, -2q to the 6th power. 5th, -4q to the 5th power. Then q squared, -1/2q, and +5. When I write that in descending order, I put pluses and minus in between there as we go. All right, so then 6 and 7 are asking you to add and subtract polynomials. Remember, you can only add and subtract like terms. Like terms have the same variable to the same power. So we get 5x squared plus 6x squared. Those are like terms. I'm going to add those together. I have plus 8x and minus 9x. Those are like terms. I can add those together. And I have -15 and +7. And those are like terms that I can add together. So I have 11x squared minus x minus 8. So that's the final answer for that. You want to add together what you can. You cannot add these together because they are no longer like terms. Over here, what I want you to see is that there's a minus sign in front of a parenthesis. It changes everything after that. So I have -3m to the 4th, +2m to the 3rd, and -1, because that negative distributes all the way through there. I'm going to go ahead and work this problem in descending order, and that means my highest power that I have in there is the 4th power. So I'm going to write that term first, -3m to the 4th. Next highest I have is 3rd power, and I have 5m to the 3rd and 2m to the 3rd, and so those two terms are like terms that I can combine. I've already taken care of that and that. I have the next thing I have is 8m squared. I'm putting a little line under them as I use them so I don't forget anything. And then finally I have a +2 and a -1. So then those two are like terms. So if I combine those up, I get -3m to the 4th plus 7m to the 3rd plus 8m squared plus 1. That would be descending order. 4th power, 3rd power, 2nd power, 0 power, and that will be the final answer for that one. I'm going to stop this video here. We're going to start the second video by looking at multiplying polynomials and solving proportions, and then we're going to go into scientific notation. Have a great day.